Elvin Randy here playing Farming Simulator 19 on Chippewa County, and yes, everyone, I'm currently stuck in a tree. Or, more specifically, Courseplay somehow got the plow stuck in a tree. Courseplay. What are we ever going to do with you? Let's see what's here. Can I pull it sideways? Yep, negative. How about if I fold it up? What could go wrong if I folded it up? There we go. Got it. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, I don't think I'd better have Courseplay finish any more of this field here. F1 Courseplay keeps getting stuck here on the trees around the edge of the field here. Apparently, the one headland there is not quite enough, unfortunately, so, oh well. So we're going to work on that plowing this here myself here, at least for starters, everyone. I've got, what do I got? I got the Terrogator going on the next small field up there. Oh, and you know what? Before we get going on this, I really should get a planter going on the next big field here. So, between episodes, I did finish all the fertilizer alignment, fertilizer, cultivating, everything else that needed to be done with this field. So this field is finished. We'll get the planter going on that here. Let's see. Yeah, we're looking pretty good on seed and fertilizer, at least to make it a ways anyway. Let's get a Courseplay course going for this here in a minute. Field 17. Oh, 3 headlands. That seems like it should be about enough. Set that to 12 meters. Is that really all the wider this planter is? Okay, guess so. For some reason, everyone, I was thinking it was wider, but maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, we should be good to go. Generate the course. By the way, everyone, hopefully the microphone sounds a little bit better here today. Thanks to some help from Joker there. I think we got a new driver for my new motherboard here for the audio on it, and hopefully that seems to have fixed the problem the best I can tell everyone. Of course, as soon as I think I got it fixed, then I go to record a video, it's like, nah, it's still not fixed, really? Come on now, but I don't know. It was fixed, everyone, so hopefully it is still fixed. Okay, first waypoint, drive the course. It doesn't help either, everyone. I'm still dealing with a head cold here. Yes, everyone, I'm still dealing with it. It's still not gone away completely yet. Feels like it is finally getting better here, but still coughing quite a bit, blowing a lot of crap out of the nose, you know, that type of thing. So, yeah. Oh, well. Hopefully, maybe by next week, hopefully it'll be about over with. I hope, anyway. Been, 3 weeks here now about, so getting a mite ridiculous. Anyway, Terrogator's going on that field. I think everything else is pretty much good here. Oh, you know what? We should probably see what's about getting some weeds sprayed here again, maybe. Let's see once here. Weeds. The weeds on this field here finally disappeared. I'm not sure what the trick was there. Just, you know, spray it multiple times and finally the weeds died, I guess. I don't know. Oh. Let's maybe try moving on to the next field. Yes, I got the John Deere 6000 back out here again, doing some spraying. That's how the Terrogator, like I said, well, we should probably, once we get some more money here, probably invest in another Terrogator would be a nice option here, I think, or some sort of other sprayer. Oh, we should have a Courseplay course for this. Was this 3 or 4? It is 4. Okay. First waypoint, drive the course. We'll see once if the weeds disappear this time or not. I'm pretty sure I sprayed this field once already. The weeds didn't go away, but I'm also pretty sure I sprayed this field once already, and then the second time I sprayed it here, this time around, the weeds did go away, so we'll see once what happens. Someone was saying in the comments here, and if we get a chance here, maybe we'll get to the comments in a minute. Someone was saying in the comments you have to have some sort of growth stage, fertilization. You have to have something in between the spray. Kind of like what you do with fertilizer, everyone, so... you know, for example, you can't just put fertilizer on the field, go back and put fertilizer on the field. It doesn't work. You won't get your second application of fertilizer. You got to have something in between there. And sounds like with the seasons mod, it might be the same way when you have to have something in between there. But, yeah, I don't know, man. That's probably just some limitation in the game, the seasons mod there. Still find that to be super annoying. I don't particularly like the way seasons mod has done weeds. Yeah. I think they should have just left it the way Farming Simulator had it. I don't think there was anything particularly wrong with how Farming Simulator dealt with the weeds. Yeah, I mean, maybe they covered the entire field. Not maybe necessarily the most realistic way it was done, but Oh, well. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Remind me, everyone, to check on the sprayer here in a minute or two once he's maybe made a lap or two around the field, actually gotten into some weeds, because it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of weeds right around the edge there on that first pass. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to be plowing this little bit of field here myself here. I should have maybe grabbed a bigger plow. No, it shouldn't take too long to plow this, I wouldn't think. I'll probably end up, actually, you know what, I don't think, no, we're actually good. Once we get it plowed here, we are good to probably throw the cultivator on it here real quick and plant it. Fertilizer, lime, and all that good stuff is all set on this field here already. And really wishing I would have got my steering wheel set up. Again, everyone, hopefully this weekend here, I'll get my wheel and pedals set back up for my computer here. Should be just a matter of plugging them in. I still need to get some more drivers and stuff updated for the computer as well. I should probably go through, update the BIOS, make sure that's all up to date here as well. Just, yeah, generally speaking, need to go through the computer and make sure everything's up to date here after the new motherboard and CPU, RAM. And, yeah, make sure everything else is working there yet. Again, everyone, I did not put a new hard drive in yet. I'm hoping probably around Christmas time, everyone, I want to pick up one of the Generation 4 NVMe M.2 drives there. And get, you know, Windows reinstalled and all that good stuff. That'll probably take a little while, but yeah, I'm probably gonna wait for Christmas, get some time off, and yeah, need to pick up, like I said, one of those M.2s yet here as well. Looking at probably like to get like a 1 terabyte or so. I think that'd be a good boot drive size. It doesn't look like they're too unreasonably priced. The SSD I'm currently booting off here is still my original SSD from the original motherboard yet. And that was the SSD I bought when I built that computer. I can remember that SSD, everyone. It was, I think I'd like to say it was somewhere around $1 per gigabyte of space on it. And I did purchase a 512 gigabyte SSD at the time. You know, most people back then, everyone were going for, you know, the 80 gigabyte SSDs. You know, install Windows on it, and then everything else was still going on regular hard drives. But back when I built the computer originally, I wanted everything, at least as much as possible anyway, to be on the SSD, because you put the game on the regular hard drive, oh no, you kind of lose the benefit of the SSD then. And in fact, if you ask me, it's almost a little bit backwards for what people think. They put Windows on the SSD, and then everything else goes on the hard drive. Well, everyone, once Windows is booted, who cares how quick Windows is, right? My preference is how quick the programs and everything else is. So, yeah, I always thought that was a little bit backwards in my opinion. Everyone, you know, put Windows on the SSD and then everything else goes on the hard drive. Well, crap, I want my games to be fast too. I want, you know, editing programs to be fast. Hardly everything to be fast, but, you know, SSDs are still a little bit pricey yet, so... Yeah, you can see Courseplay was missing quite a bit here. Courseplay just was not handling this field. I could possibly try. We only did 1 headland. That definitely was not enough. 2 might be a little bit closer. Realistic, it probably needs 3 headlands, and I don't think Courseplay is going to generate 3 headlands for this field. But it'd be interesting to try here. Again, we're going to be putting grass on this field, everyone, so that's why I'm not too concerned about we'll plow it once and we'll never plow it again. And that, everyone, I can probably pretty much guarantee we'll never plow it again for multiple reasons. One, we probably won't play on this map long enough to ever replant this field into something else. And so that won't happen. That pretty much nixes any chances of having to replow this field again in the future, I think anyway. Unless the field needs to be plowed after grass for some weird reason. It'll be interesting, too, to see once if the grass does any better this time around, everyone. I kind of have my doubts, but it would be nice if it would. Ooh, Terragator has finished. Okay, if the Terragator has finished, let me bring the lime spreader up there. I don't know why I got the lime spreader sitting here. Oh, I guess I just pulled them off the field, and that's where I left them, probably. Got the 9570 RT sitting there waiting with a cultivator as well. Like I said, once we get it done plowing, we'll bring the cultivator over there, quick cultivate that field as well. That process should go much quicker. Again, I probably won't be able to get Courseplay No, I definitely won't be able to get course play to do that one, I don't think, because that cultivator is 16 meters. And even I don't think the lime course even worked, and lime is 18. So 2 meters less, I doubt it. Okay, now I was planning on giving this field number 14, everyone, but I went create field 14, and I realized there was already a field 14 in existence. So this is now field 18. I just went to the next field number that was available there. Apparently, I gave this field down here 14. I'm not sure. Well, I guess that's... Don't know why I did that. I should have gave it like 11 or something like that, I guess. But anyway, so this is field 18 here now. 18 meter spread width too yet. Okay. 2 headlands. That seems like that should be sufficient. And you know what? I don't think we even need to bother saving this course, I don't think. Again, being a hayfield, everyone, it'll be a while before we need lime. And I don't think we'll be on the map long enough for that. So, okay, let's stop you. I did save the fertilizer course, of course, because we'll be needing to run that a couple of times here. And depending on how the hay does, might have to run it several times. We'll just get him lined back up here again once we're done with the lime. We'll get the fertilizer going again. I'll leave this right here. That should be close enough to being out of the way, hopefully. Oh, how's the spray doing? I think it's working, because there were some weeds in this area, wasn't there? I think so. Could be wrong. I know, okay, I can see there's weeds here, so let's let course play pass over that here a minute. We'll have to close the menu and reopen it, because otherwise it doesn't update. Okay, went over it. Let's, oh yes, it is working. Excellent, everyone. So why is it working here this time? It was what, 3-4 episodes back, everyone. You've seen me, in fact, I think you even seen me on this very field spraying it. It did not work. Why is it working this time? I'd like to know that. And there hasn't been a growth stage yet, so... well, actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that here, everyone. I say there hasn't been a growth stage. Technically, everyone, it switched from planted to growing, so I wonder if that counts. That could very well be. Because if you remember, everyone, these fields are all showing, you know, planted. Now they're actually growing now, which, yeah, took quite a while, but they are finally growing. We do have some germination failed here going on. That's not too bad, though. Not near as bad as it was last year with the corn. I'll have to see what's how the corn... Oh, we already got germination failed on some of these fields. Really? Wow. Okay. We'll have to see what's how those fields progress here. Like I said, I found last year to be just a bit ridiculous with how much corn just between germination failed, harvested, and withered, and just all kinds of other random stuff. It's like, really? What in the world? I guess that's maybe true to real life, though. You know, real life, everyone, cornfields, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that can happen to any fields, for that matter, not just corn. Especially at least this year in real life, everyone, weather definitely has been a big player. It has been a really, really wet year. On the plus side for that, though, I went on the really wet year, farmers that have been able to get in the fields, and the fields have, you know, fertilized and planted, and they're not drowned out, stuff like that. The yield is really good, because, again, corn really does well when there's enough moisture. You know, the more moisture, the better as far as the corn's concerned. Well, within a limit, as long as it's not drowning it, right? But, yeah, corn will definitely soak up the moisture, and has been, from what I've heard, yielding quite well. At least, again, as long as the field wasn't drowned out. Actually, interesting to see in real life here, everyone. There's actually quite a few fields of soybeans yet still that have not been harvested. Really amazed by that here, everyone. How many soybeans? It's like, really? I mean, we're talking, it's the first week of December here, everyone, and soybean fields still have not been harvested. First week of December and still not been harvested yet, so that's pretty bad. Farmers have definitely been going at it pretty hard this week, though, I've noticed. There's definitely been a lot of soybean fields getting harvested this week. For the most part, I think most of the cornfields are off now. I think I may have seen a couple of cornfields yet, but yeah, like I said, quite a few soybeans on the fields yet, which of course is not good with the weather we have coming up. At least in real life, when we got more snow in the forecast. So yeah, now that we're into December here, yeah, farmers had better get the soybeans off. Otherwise, that snow, I mean, yeah, it'll probably melt again, but you never know. Like I said, it's December, so it could go a couple weeks before the snow melts. Not entirely sure why the farmers are necessarily waiting so long either. I know spring planting was late, but at least as far as the weather's concerned here, when it's been cold since pretty much the beginning of November. And when I say cold, I'm talking freezing temperatures. So I don't think the soybeans have necessarily been doing a whole lot of drying here recently. The weather's definitely been cold, cloudy, and rainy. If anything, with all the rain we've had, the soybeans are probably picking up moisture, it would seem, but and yes, the fields are definitely wet. I've seen quite a few pieces of equipment running tracks here this year, everyone. Yeah, a lot of combines with tracks, a lot of tractors with tracks, grain carts, of course, with tracks. A lot of farmers running tracked equipment this year here to get through the fields. And even with the tracked equipment, they're leaving some pretty massive ruts. If I think of everyone, I'll have to maybe see if I can get a picture of the one field on my way home from work there. Like I said, there's some really good ruts on the field, and it was harvested with tracked machines. Well, the combine had tracks, and so did the grain cart and tractor, as far as I know. Machine, did the track? No, I think the tractor had tracks too. Pretty sure it did. But yeah, the field is really tracked up. And of course, I mean, just because, you know, the front of the combine has tracks, I don't think there's any combines that have tracks on the rear yet that I know of. Or at the very least, that's not a very common configuration yet that I know of. Okay, just about done. That didn't take too long to plow this field. There we go. And then we'll bring this up to the next field there, which the lime spreader's not finished yet, is it? That'd be really close. We'll bring this over here, and once we're done... Oh, missed a strip here. Missed a strip. Hold the phone. But yeah, once we're done with the lime in that field, we'll get the fertilizer spreader going there again, and then we'll be good to plow that field, and we'll get the cultivator on in there as well. Pretty much going to do the same process as we did for this field here. Fertilize it, lime it, fertilize it, plow it, cultivate it. And yes, everyone, technically I could probably plant straight over this because, again, this type of tool here is kind of designed for that. I'm going to cultivate it, though, regardless, just to see if that'll help out with the fertilizer application there. Make sure that our 2 levels of fertilizer actually hopefully get fully applied here. We still have a couple of fields here that did not work on for some reason. Still don't understand why that is, everyone. That problem, probably seasons. I'm going to blame the seasons mod for it because it is a seasons mod that messes with the fertilizers. So, okay, 9570 RT. Let's fire that up. And again, this is the Kuhn Cross cultivator here. That's the 5635. Don't remember what website this came off, by the way, for anyone looking for it. I don't know if I got it in my mod list here or not. It's definitely been out in a couple of different versions of Farming Simulator here now. I'd like to say Farming Simulator 13 is when this cultivator first came out, and I'm not sure who did the conversion here to Farming Simulator 19, but it looks like they did a half decent job. Actually, the tires actually rubber. No, it doesn't look like the tires have been converted properly, unfortunately. But oh well. They don't look too bad compared to some. You get that shiny wheel syndrome going on. The fact that the tires are not shiny probably would indicate they're probably still using the Farming Simulator 17 shaders for them yet. That's a bit unfortunate. Oh well. Anyway, we'll load up a few comments here in a moment. See once what we got. Oh, let's see what's here. Anthony was saying, I'd like to see you play a Texas map. A Texas map next day. I don't know, is there a Texas map out? I know there's a couple of them back in Farming Simulator 17. Don't remember if I've heard of any Texas maps for 19 here or not. And as far as next maps go here, everyone, it's going to depend on what maps are released. But the Millennial Farmer map was supposed to be coming out in December. And if that holds true, everyone, that's probably the next map I'll play on. Again, everyone, as a reminder, I do plan on finishing out the year on this map, unless something breaks or goes wrong. I do plan on finishing out the year here in this on this map. And by year, everyone, I don't mean the real life year. I mean in-game year, just to be clear about that. The in-game year. Let's see what's here. Rob was saying, my reason for the weeds not disappearing is that you need to wait for a growth stage before spraying. I noticed on my playthrough with seasons that spraying immediately after planting didn't keep the weeds away. But once the crops took hold and first growth stage, spraying was effective again. In my case, all I've done, everyone, is I've waited until I've seen weeds on the field before I've sprayed. And, yeah, even then it doesn't seem to work, everyone, because this field next to us here, I've sprayed that. I sprayed that, and the weeds are still there. The dead spots you see are not actually weeds, that's just, what is planted? Is it barley on this field? Whatever's planted on this field, it did not germinate. That's the dead spots you see. So yeah, kind of annoying. Ooh, 4450 has finished. Okay. Let's stop you. And we should be done with the lime spreader here. We should be able to put that back, I think. Should be the last field. Unless we end up purchasing more fields, which, at least at this point, we can't afford, so we're not going to be buying any more fields here for a while. In fact, I think we probably own all the fields we're ever going to own on the map here. You know, if we're not going to play another year in-game, there's no sense of buying more fields necessarily. Okay, first waypoint. Good, you're already set it. Drive course. We'll let him roll. And I'll just leave the 4455 here for now. And try to remember they're off camera. I'll put that tractor back away. Rob should give it a bath first before we do that. Tiki66mm was saying, I really love this series. Would be good to have you debt-free before you end as well. Thanks, great farming channel. Well, hey, thank you very much for that. And yes, don't worry there, Tiki. I do plan on hopefully getting out of debt here. Of course, my out-of-debt plan is soybeans, which we are actually getting. Is it first week of summer, I do believe. Soybeans, yes. No, well... days 3 and 4, I guess you could say, and even 5. No, days 3 and 4, pretty much. Days 3 and 4 of summer. So yes, we are getting fairly close to selling the soybeans here. We don't have a whole lot of soybeans to sell, but we definitely have a few. I think there's probably going to be, for sure 2 full truckloads, depending on how much more we use to make for feed for the cows, because we are still using a little bit for that. Although I'm trying to keep that to a minimum. Let's see what Sir Jim was saying. Great video as always. Keep up the great work. Audio still has a slight static when you speak. And as I mentioned when I started this episode, everyone, hopefully that has been fixed. At least it seemed like it was when I installed the different driver. I don't really want to say a new driver per se, everyone, because I don't know that it was necessarily new. In fact, the driver I had installed initially came straight from the MSI website, so assuming they have the newest driver on there, that's what I installed. But anyway, got a different driver here. By the way, my motherboard, I think I mentioned this before, it has integrated Realtek audio. Fairly common for motherboards. I don't think I've ever seen a motherboard that has come with something different. It's always been Realtek. So I don't know if there's any other integrated audio manufacturers out there or not, but yeah, like I said, Realtek seems to be the one that's usually always integrated into the motherboard. And depending on how it goes, I might end up maybe purchasing a dedicated sound card here at some point. I still cannot get my 5.1 surround sound to work yet. Again, when I cannot get the app for the Realtek to work. There's the Realtek Audio Management or Realtek Audio Control app or something like that. I forget the exact name. But I need to get that installed so I can configure the speakers, and ideally, probably that's where the configurations for the microphone and line ins and recording jacks are as well, I'm assuming. There's no options under Windows. All you have is level. So I can turn it up, I can turn it down, that's it. Anyway, let's see what's here. Jim was saying, oh yes, it's better than it was 2 videos ago. I think for the next map, you should do a Millennial Farmer map whenever it releases. I think it's supposed to be sometime this month. Yes, as far as I know, as we were just mentioning here a moment ago, yep, it's supposed to be December sometime, hopefully. And as I said, if that's the case, definitely thinking that would be a good next multiplayer or single-player map, even multiplayer, I guess. We'll have to see once what the map looks like when it's released. Charles was also saying your mic is causing static feedback. Actually, correction there, Charles. My microphone is not causing any static feedback of any sorts. For anyone wondering, there's absolutely nothing wrong with my microphone. There is absolutely zero. Zip, nada, zilch. There is nothing wrong with my microphone. There is absolutely nothing wrong with my mixer. It is actually the audio input jack on the motherboard that, well, I'm thinking everyone it was just a driver problem, hopefully. Which is kind of what I assumed initially, because I couldn't get the driver. Well, I got the driver to install, I just could not get the app to install. Still can't. But a new driver seems to have helped significantly. And again, for my audio setup, I've gone through it before, but for those of you wondering, my microphone is connected straight to my mixer. From the mixer, it outputs to the computer. So it's the output there that's going into the computer that something is getting garbled. Who knows what? Who knows? Like I said, still super annoying that the Realtek software doesn't install. And I've mentioned this the last couple episodes, but if you go to the Realtek software page on the Microsoft Store, 75% negative reviews. So yeah, I'm not the only one having this issue here. There's, 75% of the reviews on that program are all 1-star reviews, and if you read through them, a lot of people having the exact same issues. Won't install. And they did have a problem reporting feature, or whatever they called it there on the Microsoft Store page. I did go through that there, everyone, explain what's going wrong, blah, blah, blah. Don't know if they're supposed to respond with help to that or not, or if it's just feedback, but I did fill that out as well, and hey, piece of crap, doesn't even install. Who knows how bad the software, everyone, is? Don't even know. It's so bad it doesn't even install. Okay, there we go. That should do it for that field. Bring it over to the next field here. Oh, perfect time. It's about time to wrap it up for this episode. Seems like a good spot to haul it then. And I can probably get a plow course going for this field here at this point. So let's do that here a minute. Oh, let's see what's our course generation. Pretty sure the Tarrigator should be far enough ahead. Oh, three. Try for 3 headlands here. There's nothing around this field, I don't think, so we should be pretty safe. Go for 8.5 meters here. Not like we actually have to create a field here, so if it gets missed, it gets missed. Oh well. Okay, first waypoint, drive the course. This is another course as well I probably don't even need to necessarily bother saving. Yeah. Don't have to plow this field here again once we're done. Looks like, well, he's on the second to last pass. He's got one more pass to come down yet. So anyway, on that note, everyone, with that, we're going to wrap this video up here. If you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. And as always, everyone, thanks for watching, and till next time.